Ukrainian fighter jets screaming through the sky above Kramatorsk in the east of the country. There was gunfire too at the local airfield and reports of casualties as the government started trying to reassert its control. On one of the main roads into the restless Donetsk region, Ukrainian troops, well armed and on very public display. After days in which we've seen very little sign of the Kiev government exerting its authority in eastern Ukraine, suddenly the most public display of force that you could imagine. A military helicopter had just arrived to deliver ammunition, and I asked one of the soldiers what his orders were.
We are cooperating with interior ministry troops so that we can give them backup. We won't be shooting at peaceful citizens.
After weeks of people questioning whether Kiev could still demonstrate power in the east, this was a very public answer. But less than an hour's drive south, we saw once again the extent of the problem that confronts them. Outside the main council offices in Slavyansk, very well-armed men, much more disciplined than we've seen so far, appeared to be in charge. Men who looked similar to the Russian troops we saw in Crimea. They had taken over the town's seat of power and were asking everyone to leave. Staff coming out of the local council told us they'd been ordered to go home, leaving the building in the hands of the men with guns. Marina Olejnik, a senior civil servant, was one of those who'd had to abandon their desks.
Today we arrived at work. They allowed in 3 people at a time so we could take our personal belongings. Now we're having to work from home.
So just 25 miles apart, both sides, both heavily armed, were in position, both claiming to be defending the rights of the people in eastern Ukraine.